Right, good morning, team. Just making sure we're all good to go. Checking our framing. Not too bad. Not too bad. We'll slightly tweak it. There it is. There we are. We're in. We're in and away. Right, better grab all my stuff. Come and take a seat. Oh, here we go. Right, pretty sure you can read bits and pieces behind me. We're going to do a variable countdown today. Okay, so we'll use the variable interval setting on our monitor. Okay, it'll be easy to work because once we've set the first one, then all we have to do is change the time. We don't have to worry about the rest period. And we are going to. I did get a new marker, but it's still not as good as it should be. Okay, I'll have a bigger one next week. Trying to find the perfect one. We're just basically increasing the rate as time decreases. Okay, we're going to have 2-minute rest in between. So I think in total we get out to about sort of 40 minutes of workout. There's only like 28 minutes of actual work, but it does start to ramp up, as you'll see, 7 minutes at 20, 6 minutes at 22. So just some really good, solid working on our technique, getting our rhythm right. 5 minutes at 24. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Should feel that one quite free and easy. And then we'll get to 4 minutes at 26. That's going to start to wear us down a little bit. 3 minutes at 28. We're just going to have a good focus on breaking each minute down, keeping the speed going, tapping it along. Okay, and then the last two are effectively just like a good, let's finish this off. Okay. Well, when I say emptying the tank, we want to keep a really good rhythm all the way through. So we're not just going to go crazy on the last two to make sure that we finish off the workout. We are going to work it very well to make sure that we're doing it properly. Okay. It'll build up on us, obviously, because of the work that we're doing, but it just allows us, as always, to really focus on what we're trying to achieve in the first couple of sets. Especially at that sort of 2022. Even at the 24, we've just got a little bit more freedom, so we're going to have to move with the machine. Okay, we'll keep that theme going so that when we step up again, we'll have that time to really try and tap it along and get on top of the machine and stay in front of the work. Okay, to keep that flywheel spinning, feel all the bits and pieces that we need to with our compression. And then ultimately the last couple of sets, just going to keep raising that rate, keep pushing us. Okay, but ultimately we're looking for consistency. So when we start off in each piece, we take a little bit to get into it, to find our rhythm. Then we look at our numbers, whatever numbers you guys are working with, and we just try to maintain, okay, at a good tempo, good solid like feeling inside yourself. Okay, it's like, yeah, this isn't too hard. I could answer someone's question if they ask me one. Okay, we don't want to be really too tight. We don't want to be tense, but we want to be working ourselves pretty hard. That's why we've got 2 minutes rest in between each one. So it allows us to actually just get a little bit more focus on what we're doing and the intent that we're giving each stroke and each set to try and maintain a good speed. Okay, and then we've got that 2 minute break, and then we can go again. So because it allows us to have that break, it does mean that we can actually just give it a really good push and try and hold a good number for each set, okay? Because we've got that 2 minute break in between, okay? So it's probably just a little bit quicker than you would normally do when you're just training, okay? Because we've got the break. It's a short time period. It's like, good push. Let's really focus on all of these parts of our technique, all the parts of the stroke, break it down, keep working on all the bits and pieces, okay? And it'll take us through. So that's about that. Should be good to go. I'm going to nick my coffee, and then I am going to start my warm up. Okay, so you guys can rip into your warm up now, and we should be good. Okay, just making sure that I've got you guys on screen. Ah, there we go. Right, okay. Same as always, just work into it. Work into your warm up. Get yourself loose and limber, ready to be able to hit that first piece. Okay, so just break down whatever you need to in the warm up. 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever we need, and we'll be solid and good to go. Plus, it depends on what time it is, and morning, afternoon, we'll train slightly different. Oh, I went for a big bike ride yesterday. Now my butt's sore. Oh. Okay. So just building it out. Remember, always in the warm up, just if we start by working on the fundamentals, which is the hang, where we're just not even worrying about our arms and the strength we've got in our arms or the grab or anything like that. If we start with that thought process, we can really take that through into our workout. Okay, so even here, just feeling how just we're leaving the handle out front, pushing away from it, it's coming back with the body. And as we get longer, the handle's just hung out for a longer period of time. It's good. Nice rhythm. Good flow. Yeah, nice. Okay, so feel the stretch, even like in the ankles. Feel the compression. Start to just squeeze it on a little bit, okay, through the warm up. We start at quite a sedentary pace, and then as we get looser, find ourselves getting a little bit more flexion, then we just start to push on a little bit more every few strokes. Just feeling the press, feeling the body coming through. Okay, nice. But always keeping that hang in the armpits, nice and long. Push away from the handle. Okay, really good. Just a little bit more, probably 30 seconds. Feel the feet. That compress and the hang. Good. Okay, so just like that, heart rate comes up, body starts feeling loose. Okay, and then we're pretty much good, ready to go. So play it by ear as well. Whenever you're doing a workout, obviously we've got a little bit of time constraints on the live streams, but if you go back and watch any, if you need to, if you've got bad back or you need to warm up more or you need to have a stretch, you're like, oh, I still feel tight in the shoulders or whatever it is for you, just remember, take that time, get into that position, because we just don't want anyone to hurt themselves, okay? You get to know your own body in terms of the workout structure and what you need to do beforehand. So whatever that is, just remember to try and do that to the best of your ability every time. I do implore people not to just jump on and just start. Okay, I know it's a hard thing because you're like, yeah, I do 3 or 4 minutes at the start and then I've got another 40, so I may as well just start and do that during the 40. But it can help. It's just there to eliminate or manage any risk that might come about. Okay, that's as simple as we go. So let's rock and roll. So today we're doing a variable workout. Okay, so we go select workout, new workout, intervals, and we go intervals variable. Okay, so we should have interval 1, depending on your monitor, calorie, distance, time. Okay, we press time. Now we take the first set time up to 7 minutes, and then we scroll across to the rest period, and we put in 2 minutes, and then we press OK, or the bottom tick button. Okay, so that's the first one done. Then we just press time again, and as you'll see, it should still be on 7 minute, 2 minute. Okay, so all we have to do now is subtract 1 from the 7. Now it says 6, and we don't touch anything else. We just press OK, and then we do the next one. We subtract. Now it's 5 minute, 2 minute, and we press the tick button. So just carry that down through 4, 3, 2, 1. There's 4. Press the minus. We're down to 3. Now we're down to 2 minutes with 2 minute rest. And now we go down to 1 minute with 2 minute rest. Okay. So you should see interval 8 on the top of the screen. It's not actually interval 8 because we're not going to input it. So once you're at that, we're basically going to press no more intervals and we're going to be into it. Okay. If you struggle to get all of that, quickly try it again, or else if you want to just row into it, I'll be calling everything anyway, so it shouldn't make too much of an issue. But hopefully you managed to be able to get that variable change. So no more intervals. 7 minutes comes up at the top. We're good to go. This is us. We're in. Okay, let's lock and load. All right, are we ready? Okay, here we go. Rowing away. This one. Now. So just take the first 20 seconds. Get the flywheel moving. Okay, looking for our continuous motion. Getting our rhythm and flow. This is good. So remember, looking for that consistency where we may push it down a little bit in this first one. Just because we will warm into it probably a little bit more. But we're looking for a good, solid press, body movement through the stroke. Stay nice and calm. Feeling the roll, the continuous nature of the stroke. Trying to be nice and smooth. Remember, this recovery We're going to have loose hands. We want to feel the chain drawing the body forward. Remember, soft knees, that nice suppleness. This allows the machine to draw us forward so that we're ready. We can press. Seat comes underneath. It's happening in one motion. Okay, that's one thing we should always try and achieve, is thinking about your recovery, especially at low rate, being one motion, okay? Not fast and then slow. The whole speed of it feels like it's just one. Flow back to the catch. Okay, we don't want any parts to feel super indifferent than others. Okay, obviously I don't want to stop and then race. Just about that continuation, the pendulum. The more we get continuous nature on the machine, the ability to let the machine do the work allows us personally, each and every one of us, to find the 1 second we need, the 2 seconds we need, okay? A lot of the efficiency is where we find that extra speed. Not on our power, okay? We're limited by the power, but the fatigue and the strain and the tightness that we get while we're doing the workout, if we eliminate some of that, all of that strain and tightness is taking away energy from our actual physical ability to move the flywheel and get the numbers. So every time we're not pushing here, we're trying to relax and be smooth and not have to pull ourselves forward because we haven't got that momentum around the back, okay? We should all know that this is trying to go back and we're moving with it. So this is good. At a nice rhythm, nice push. Let's really feel this front part of the stroke where we roll in. We're hanging away, okay? Arms are hanging out long. We push away from the hands. We've got that connection in the feet, through the body, through the core, and the handle and the seat are moving together in that relationship. Okay, we don't have the seat move too early. We don't have the handle come back too soon with the seat. Okay, so just picture it. Picture this first part. Are they moving together? The relationship being pretty close. Nice. Good. Remember, continuous motion, never stopping the hands. We're just on the pendulum rhythm, moving around. That's good. Nice solid push, both feet together. Okay, nice and symmetrical. Down through the back, through the lats. We hang, we just push the whole body back. Arms are just hanging onto that weight from the front. This is good. This is nice. Okay, good flow all the way. And there we go. Okay, so really good. Really good start. Working quite hard there. Okay, so workout like this, really good rhythm to start. Okay, hopefully everything I've been saying there. And the next couple of pieces, we've really got to focus on that. Really keep that honed in to take through while we go up in those rates. Okay, so this one here, we're just going to move a little bit quicker, and that's all there is to it. Okay, this movement around here just becomes a little bit faster. The slide forward just becomes a bit faster. Okay, if we do the math, that's 5% per stroke. Okay, that gives us those extra 2 points in rating. So 5% on every part, we just move a little bit quicker. Okay, that's all there is to it. And with that quicker movement and the fact that we're doing 2 more strokes will give us that extra speed. Okay, so generally when we're doing pieces and we're increasing ratings, the fact that we increase that rating is where we actually get that extra speed from, just because everything's moving quicker. We don't have to physically think like, okay, I've got to make it move harder. You're going to be working quicker, and subconsciously it's going to change no matter what. Okay, so the fact that we're moving quicker means that the flywheel stays up faster, which means the speed's going quicker. So let's focus that. Okay, whatever your average was on the last one, let's look for change. I'm not going to give you a number. We want change and we want consistency. So 6 minutes at 22. Here we go. Building in now. Okay, so straight on to that rhythm. Everything's just moving that little bit quicker. Okay, the speed coming into the catch means the speed coming out of the catch as well. Want to feel that rhythm around the turn. Good. Feeling that push on the legs, through the feet. Remembering how the body is getting driven by the legs. Really good. It's good work. Okay, good. Let's hang off it. Let's focus our front turn now. Roll in. Feel that compress. And then feel that push speed out of the front. Not loading it. Remembering we're moving with the moving flywheel. We're never going to feel a massive amount of weight on the front because the flywheel's already moving. So it's the take-up period, which is about the first 6 to 12 inches on the catch. The sooner the better. But just remember that you're not going to get it straight away. It might take this much of the stroke before you're back onto the speed. That's why it's important to feel the relationship, handles and seat, feel the feet, feel that it's one drive right through, one push. Good. Good long arms. Nice. Okay, we've kept a good rhythm here. I haven't spoken about the hands around the back. So just remember, brush the body, hands away. Let that bungee start drawing us forward. Okay, this is good. Continuous motion, maintaining our speed. So remember, whatever changes you make, focuses, see what it does, how it affects your speed. Okay, speed may slow down for a little bit. Keep focusing on it. Then it might come back. Okay, might go either way, might go slower, might go faster. But just take note and then go through your checklist. How's my posture? Am I sitting up? Do I feel like I'm grabbing? How's my compression? How's my rhythm with the machine? So next minute, let's really focus the compression, change in direction. Stay smooth. Here we go, compress. Let the heels come up. Natural. Holding ourselves. Good. Okay, we're naturally going to slow as we get that compression because body just can't go any further than that. Use that as our braking system into the front. Is our compression through the body without having to reach or tucking the bun underneath us. Hey, just nice flow around the front. Body's in a pretty good position. We feel the connect and hang away. Remember, armpits, long arms. We extend the body. Body opens out through the drive. Nice. Really good. Nice movement. Okay, feel that push. Last 30 seconds, let's be real efficient. With the pick up, the finish. Okay, feel the handles coming forward. Feel that bungee drawing us back to the catch. Because it's all going to speed up again on the next step. Finish this well. Feel that push. Feel that body. One more. Good. Okay, really nice. Okay, right, we're working well. So remember, just roll off the end of all of these. Just keep moving, keep breathing. Remember, no stopping. Active recovery is completely critical. The more we roll it off, okay, we don't have to be in the technique. We've just got to keep things moving. We've got to keep oxygen flowing, blood flowing to our muscles. We stop, okay, the muscles aren't moving back and forward, so we're not flushing out any lactic acid that we're building up. Okay, so same again. Remember, everything's just speeding up a little bit more, all the movements. Okay, this is a really good workout for just finding good rhythms early on, okay, and then really trying to transfer what we're doing through each piece. Okay, we've got the way that we're trying to achieve, trying to row, getting our hang, getting our body moving through the middle, and now everything just keeps speeding up. So mentally it's a bit of a challenge because we've got to try and hold all the things that we're doing and we're speeding things up, okay? We're sitting on 24. It's going to happen quite quickly. So remember that. Keep focused on a couple of points at a time, okay? I'll break it down for you. We'll work on one part, then another part, then another part, and then try and bring it all together. Here we go. Now, 24. So start with this finish, around the back, hands. That's it. Okay, the hands around the back give us our rhythm. It gives us the speed that we need to travel forward. Okay, the ratio isn't too far off being 1-to-1. Drive speed, recovery speed. Okay, breathe into it. Remember, brush the body with the hands, flat draw, trying to keep the chain as flat as possible. Okay, that's good. Feel that core around the finish as we change that direction. As the hands go out over the knees. Knees have got a little bit of bend in them. They're not locked out. So they'll just naturally release. Allow us to slide forward. Okay. Now let's feel this compression. It's basically the braking system into the catch. We've got our body steering forward. Knees are coming up. Seats coming up. It's good. That allows us to get that set up into the catch. Now let's focus on the rhythm around the front. Don't want to get to the front and stop. When that compression starts getting to its fullest, we're almost thinking about pushing away. This is good. Okay, keep that flow. Hands moving. Feeling the rhythm. Good. Nice. Really good. Okay, this is good continuous motion. As we push away off the front, remember, leave the arms out long. Hang away. Speed of the flywheel. Remember, it's already moving quickly. We're just tapping that flywheel along. The revolutions are still moving quickly. Picking up the gear. Remember, both feet. Feel the weight in the feet. Feel the relationship between your feet and your handles. Pressure on the feet. Pressure on the hands to hang. And as we're pushing, we push the body back with the legs. Finding that timing. Don't want the body to lead too early or too late. Finding that point with the back driven by the big muscle groups of the legs. Okay, always breathing, staying loose and relaxed. This is good. This is nice. Okay, good work. All the way to the line. Okay, nice. So, starting to really have to think about keeping everything moving, keeping that work rate going. Okay, there's plenty of rest period here. We're down to the last 10 minutes now. Okay, so we've done more than the bulk of our work is out the gate. Now we've got the last little bit, which is going to be our tester. Okay, so what we've been trying to achieve throughout the early stages, we now have to put it together while we're under a bit of fatigue, okay, under a bit of stress. But just remember, everything we've been working on as through the steps, okay, that last part there, we started feeling that compression using the speed that we're coming forward, and that last little bit into here is where we're getting ready to change. We're coming in and away. So that's what we want, in and away. So as we get faster, it's just in and away a little bit quicker. In and away. Okay, in and away. That's what happens as we start to get faster. Okay, don't come in and then think, oh, I've got to feel the weight. Remember, if that flywheel's still moving at 4,000 RPM, we're going to be picking up as close to 4,000 RPM from about there. Okay, there is a slight bit of slip at the front, but we want to be onto it through there. So by the time the legs and the body through this middle part, when the legs are still driving and the body's coming through, we've got the max speed and we're keeping that flywheel spinning. So here we go, 4 at 26. Now, okay, don't start off with power, start off with speed. Move the hands. That's it. Round the back with me. Okay, if we move this rhythm, we find our speed here now, then we can start to think about the other parts of the stroke. Got our ratio here. Good. Okay. Hold this rhythm. Here's our 26. Let's focus now. Round the front. Looking speed. Last part of the recovery. Not reaching for anything more. Feeling our core. That's it. Good. Hold the handles nice and flat. Brush the body. Back onto the recovery. Feel that little bit of pull on the toes. So then we transfer back onto the balls of the feet for the compression. Okay, let's focus this round the turn. Smooth. With the speed. No grab. Keep that flywheel moving. One push. Don't have a second go at it. Don't try and pull the arms. One speed. Rhythm. Motion. This is good. Okay. Breathe. Tap it along. Good. Nice and loose. Stay focused. Continuous motion. Sit back through the middle of the stroke. And breathe. With pendulum, metronomic rhythm. Tune it in. Put it in the memory bank. No grab around the catch. Smooth as possible. Hang away. Nice. Okay. Last 10 seconds. Keep it moving. Keep it loose. Stay focused. Last one. Good. Okay, so really good. She's sweaty in the gym today. So, nice rhythm. Okay, it's starting to become a little bit more difficult. Hey, heart rates are coming up. We're working harder. We're naturally working harder with all the movements that we've got to continue. Okay. The great thing about these type of workouts today, if we do them well, is it's teaching you that rhythm, a lot of the rhythm is how we get the speed. Okay. Not our power. Yes, we need some power. Not going to lie, our power, our individual power. But we can't just work the machine all the time. Okay. And what I mean by that is physically think about the power that you're producing. Okay, when we get up to speed, we've got to have the rhythm and the movement. And you'll hear me all the time saying, tap it along. Okay, yes, we are using some power around the front, but we're using it as efficient as possible with the current rate and speed that the machine's going. Okay, and that's why when we increase rates over time, we're always looking to just do it a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. So we hold that efficiency so that when we do a piece, 500K, 2K, we can find that efficient rhythm at that rating and use our power as efficiently as possible. Okay, so 3 minutes at 28, start to firm it, building in. Now, so remember, set the machine to speed with the rating. Okay, hands around. Okay, now we're on the rate. Now we just look at holding this rhythm, this metronomic. Remember, we work, we rest. That's the key. We work with the flywheel, around the front, hang away, sit back through the middle. Remember, hands round the back. Good. That's it. Holding the flow. Pick up the front. Remember, tap it along. Not muscling it off the catch. Hanging away off the catch. Breathe. Around the turn. Compress. And press. Press the feet. Both feet together. Nice. Okay, last 50 seconds. Here we go. Open the mouth. Relax the face. No tension. Toughen the neck. Okay, get that oxygen in. Here we go, last 25 seconds. Use the body. Push. Swing. Through the middle. Keep the hands going. Last 10 seconds. Last one. Good. Okay, really good. Keep moving it out. Okay, don't know about you guys, but I felt pretty good there. Okay, that focus on just keeping it spinning, picking the front. Really able to maintain my speed and not feel out of control. Okay, yes, does feel quick having to get around the back, but remember, if we're not doing that into the back and we're letting the body, the acceleration come, that happens there from the accelerated speed around the back, not because we're trying to do that and then we've got to move out. Okay, we're using that accelerated speed to come around the finish. Okay, and what I was mentioning about that ratio, we've got to work that drive. Yes, we've got to try and relax as much as we can coming forward. Okay, and yes, it's hard, doesn't feel like you're relaxed, but in here, you've got to feel like, yes, I'm not actually struggling to get forward. I'm not pulling myself. I'm not feeling tightness in my quads or my calves to pull myself forward. Because every little ounce of energy that you're doing this way could be used on the drive, can be used being smooth on that pickup. Okay, and when you go to do something, a test, there's your 0.1, 0.2, it could be 1 second PB, just out of that relaxation. So we're always trying to find that. Now, let's start to firm it here. Okay, free it up, 2 minutes at 30. Now, okay, don't worry about the length to start with. Might be a bit shorter. We've got to get that 30 rate. Okay, so let's give it an acceleration. Hands around the back. Feel the compression being natural, not going all the way right out. Okay, we can check the length after a little bit. Good. Push. Let's really focus the hang. Long arms. Armpits. Feel the drive. Round the back. Handles. Feel that speed. Back onto the recovery. Good. Last minute. Open the mouth. Feel the push. Okay with me. Legs and body. Feel it together. A little bit more. Round the back. Last 30 seconds. Into the recovery. Look up the front. Good. Nice. That's it. Last 10 seconds. All the way. Nice. That was quite fast. Nice. Okay, so breathe into it. Think to yourself, how's it been going? Okay, what parts are you struggling with? Because ultimately, these are all the things that we need to think about to work on going forward. Okay, when we go back to low rate, but more longer endurance time on the machine, just getting that fitness work. So we can work on those, because whatever we're not quite picking up will definitely show up at this high rate. Okay, whether it's around the front, whether it's finish, whether it's to pick up the drive, whatever, okay, that will really show out, become probably more noticeable while we're doing these higher rate pieces. Okay, as you start to fatigue, that's where things start to show through. So on this last piece, okay, we're not trying to max out the 32. I want you to finish the 32 and go, shit, that was actually pretty good. I could have held that for another minute or two, you know, and really held on to that rhythm. So that's what we're trying to achieve in this. We're going to build into it. Okay, so let's start firming up now. With about 5 seconds to go, we're going to get up to our rate so that we don't waste too much of the actual minute itself. Okay, so breathe into it. 10 seconds. Okay, starting to free it up now. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just move the hands. What we've been working on. Feel the hands. Long arms. Both feet. Good. No tension. Just like that, we're at 30 seconds. Hang long. Breathe and move. Keep moving. 3. Tap it along. Picking up the front. 15 seconds. Open the mouth. Easy. Okay. Just like that. Game over. That was nice. I like that. I probably found the 4 minutes at 26 towards the end of that. Bit of a struggle. Maybe a bit in the 28, but the last two have actually been pretty easy for me personally. Okay, just because I've been focusing on keeping that rhythm, keeping things moving, tapping it along, trying to stay as relaxed as possible. Okay, and the fact that we had 2 minute rest is a biggie. Okay, if we'd done that with a minute rest, she would have been a completely different story. So, Eric, been nice to you for a change. Okay, but make sure we're not stopping. Take a drink, do whatever you need to. We're going to roll off the end of this for a couple of minutes. Okay, and just get ourselves back. Stretch out the bodies. A little bit of active recovery. Okay. So as I said during that last break, keep a track of how you feel like you're going, where you think you need to improve. We've obviously all got bits and pieces that we'd love to change and improve on. Okay, and it takes time because it's pretty complicated and complex with the amount of stuff going on. All our different body shapes and styles, all our different goals and aspirations, whether we just want to do short stuff, whether we want to do long endurance, all of that adds up to the equation of what you're good at, what you're not, what needs to change, the way that you even do the workouts, that type of thing. Okay, so figuring out in your head that everything I talk about on here is about efficiency. Okay, the only way for us to find our potential, our individual potential on the machine is to do it as efficiently as we can as a person. Okay, we work too much off the front, we get too tight. Okay, we're going to fade towards the end because we've used all too much energy. Okay, too much slip or too much body, we're never going to get to the potential that we could possibly get to because we're not quite allowing the maximum force to come from the legs through the body. Okay, there's just all the little bits and pieces. We try and pull it in here, we're tight. Okay, and that's energy that we're using to do that. And if we're doing that too much, we're never going to get to our potential. Okay, so everything to do with the machine is just about trying to stay on top of it. And what I mean on top of it is not letting the flywheel die down too much. Okay, on top of the workload so that it feels like we're staying beyond we're having to work hard, okay, if that makes sense. So, if we stay efficient and we get our hang, okay, we never get into a position where we feel like we have to try and grab it to feel the power at the front, okay? So, in your technique, in the pieces while you're going through, think back to them, think where did I really feel really efficient? Okay, if it was when you were doing 22, you were like, you know what, I love 22. Awesome. Guess what? Do a lot of work at 22 because it'll help you find and develop that rhythm. If it's at 24, 26, okay, that's really good because that's a good pace for you to do some longer workout stuff at a high intensity, right? Like 24, 26, even 28. If you can go higher, but, trying to hit your 5K PBs or half-hour PBs, trust me, those are the type of rates that we're trying to find because it's efficient. We're keeping on top of the flywheel, that type of thing. Okay, and then we start getting out into the end part here. This is where we're doing the top end stuff. This is where we're doing, K, 2K type of work. We want to be up as high rate as we possibly can, but find the equilibrium. Okay, because once we're moving too quick, we can never get right out to the front. Okay, that's what I was saying in that last piece, like natural length. Okay, if it feels like you're only getting here on the length, that's fine, okay? Then once you're sitting there tapping it along, just think a little bit more about, okay, can I get a little bit more compression? Can I get 1 centimeter more? And if that works and your splits drop, okay, they get faster and your rating holds, awesome, there you are, now you're in that zone. Okay, so it's just figuring things out like that as you're going along while you're under that strain and pressure is exactly what we need to be trying to figure out for each and every individual. Okay, so as you heard, majority of what we were doing today, just working that front, working that rhythm, trying to stay on top of everything. Okay, so as we increase the ratings, the idea was to find that speed by the amount of extra speed we were creating with the rating, okay? The more strokes we do, naturally the speed's going to be quicker. So if we do those well, along with our technique and our rhythm, then we should have seen quite a good increase all the way through. Okay, you might have started at 2 minutes 10, maybe 2:06, 2:02, 2 minute, 1:58, 1:56. Maybe that ended up being close to 1:52, 53. Okay, I don't know. I'm just using round numbers, but we should have had quite a nice progression throughout that time. Okay, and all we were really doing, yes, we're working harder, but we're not thinking about working harder. Okay, we're thinking about moving quicker, tapping it along, staying in front of the speed. So naturally, yes, we are working harder, but they've got to understand that we don't think about working harder in terms of, most people go, I've got to work harder. What's the first thing? I need more strength. I need more power. Rather than thinking about speed and efficiency, it's like, actually, I can go faster by just increasing my acceleration. So yes, you are working harder, but you're not thinking about working harder. You're thinking about doing a better stroke, a faster stroke in a better way. Okay, and that's one of the things that over time, if you start to really get that and understand that, you'll really find some great speed and great things that will happen in your stroke. Right, questions. Hugh, not been on live for a while, but watching Scotland. I'll do the workout in the morning. Cool. Sammy, love these workouts. Thanks. I'll be on tomorrow. Hello from Brazil. FFC. Chris, superb workout. Actually love the 30-32. Awesome. Yeah, that's good. That's what we want to try and find. And it's easy. It's easy in workouts like this because we're just progressing through the whole entire time. Okay, and this is we're slightly off subject, obviously, on this now, but this is where you find, right? You might have said, you know what, I loved it. I loved it at 28. It was so good. Loved it, right? So what that actually means to me as a coach is it means that maybe it's taking you quite a bit of time, like 15 minutes or more, to actually get warmed up into a position where you're feeling good. Okay, and this is why I feel, and this is, as I say, slightly off subject, but over time, if you go to do pieces or you go to do something, everybody's like, oh, I better keep the warm-up small because I don't want to waste my energy. But if you're doing workouts quite a lot, it actually takes quite a while for your body to get into a good space, good heart rate space, good muscle space, blood flowing area, all of the above, okay? And that's why, like back in the day, I'd take nearly 40 minutes of work before I even got ready for like a 2K test. When I first started, I was like, do the minimal because I don't want to waste any time. But then as I found out that it was taking that long for my body to get warmed up and get into a really good zone, you're only doing 5 minutes, 40 odd of work, but you needed all of that work previously to get you to that point. Okay, so as you get fitter, it will take you longer to get up to that, and hence why today, Chris, you might just feel feeling really, really good. And that's why you're 30 and 32, just shows maybe the work that's been put in. Ronnie started to learn how to row on the water. Made a huge difference on the erg, being relaxed, soft hands and arms. Yep, awesome. Pop cop, power curve is a bit ragged, messy, catch at low rates, but the 26 smooths out. Yeah. And that's something, that compression and that change around the front is I cannot stress how that part there and how you are in terms of your posture and coming forward and all of the bits and pieces is where you find that speed, okay? Because we're on a machine and this little puppy in here is spinning and spinning and spinning, and we've got to get that clutch and that gear and we've got to pick up the speed, okay? We let it die too much or we take too much, like we jam it like that. It's like in a car, and obviously most people have most people have an automatic these days, but anyone that's driven a manual, if you just went poof with the clutch, what happens? Oh, get a bit of a jolt. Same with this. It's got to be smooth pickup, that smooth application. Okay, and the more we do that and we get that around the front, the better when we take it. And it's easy when you get up in that 26, 28 because it's just so quick around that catch. Okay, but being able to come in and then feel that press away rather than being like, well, I don't feel like I've got the speed, so I've got to actually feel like I've got that strength at the front. Is one of the main things why you see a lot of people have to really grab that at the catch, okay? But if you can feel that smoothness and that change in direction, it's one of the big places that will just add huge amount of speed, will make really good rhythm changes all the way through all your different rates, okay? If you can do it well at that low stuff, you'll get it right through. Julie, better every day, thank you. What to concentrate on to clean that up? The power curve. I think I just answered that, so hopefully that did. Thanks for the explanation, makes a lot of sense. Yep, and I did just answer. Okay. Awesome work, team. Great workout. I wasn't sure what I was going to do today, but I just, made it up last minute before I came in here. No. Yeah, well, yeah, actually I did. As I say, there's heaps of stuff in the background. If you're ever struggling for stuff to work out to, just go back and jump on some of the old workouts, because, as I say, hopefully you've picked up all the themes in that by now. Is everything's about efficiency. It's always about trying us. It's like hitting a tennis ball against a brick wall, right? You're never going to beat it. Never going to beat it, but you can work with it. Rowing machine's no different. We're not going to beat it, but we can work with it to get what we need out of it. And by moving and being flowing and being accurate and just looking for those little tiny increments of change which take over time, and it's so complex. But the fact that I love it, because we can just do so much on different workouts, slow stuff, fast stuff, power stuff, intervals, just change shit up every day, okay? And it just means that you're not just monotonously sitting on here doing one thing, okay? There's so much that we can do, hence why I love just changing shit up. You've got to change it up, okay? You just jump on and say, hey, I'll do this today, I'll do that today, I'll do this tomorrow, do that the next day. And there's just ultimately there's tons, because we only work time. Okay, I don't even touch distance with you guys, because we'll just get so far out of kilter with everyone that's on the channel. But ultimately, if you start doing distance work like on this, you could be starting at sort of 2K, 2.5, 2.5, 2K, 1.5, 1K, 500, 250, and then whatever, 100 meters. There's just so much variation that you can choose over time and distance. Just adds to it all. Right. Yes, and Chris said, and join asensei. Hopefully you all are. Okay. But apart from that, thanks, team. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back at early time next week. Looking forward to having you. And if anyone wants to jump onto the when the timetable comes out next week, which is normally a day or so before, if you've got any burning desires of workouts or something, or anything you want to touch on, just write that down there and I'll have a check, and we'll see if we can incorporate into the workout next week. Other than that, stay safe, social distance, wear a mask, go get vaccinated, okay? It's the only way out of here. And that's about us. Okay, enjoy your time, enjoy your workouts for the next week, stay safe, and we'll catch you on here next time. Peace out.